Hello and welcome to a feedback lecture. Today's topic will be time delay, and we're going to discuss how time delay affects our systems through the open loop and closed loop functions. Our goals for the day will be to discuss how we model time delay, which we will now refer to as TD, and how that model will affect stability and performance. First, let's talk about what we mean by time delay. Well, let's use as an example, we have an oil derrick with a pipeline, a valve that feeds some supply. And down here, we have our system headquarters, let's call it HQ, where everything runs the system. And here we have a sensor. Depending on this distance, call it approximately 1 mile. There will be a delay in our feedback loop simply by the time it takes that sensor to feed information back to the CPU that sets the valve and controls the flow. So let's talk about how that time delay will affect our models. So if we think of time delay in our block diagrams, our output being y of s and then input being r of s, we can model this as y of t equals r times our variable t minus the delay. And we take our Laplace transform using a unit step for r of s, and we get y of s equals e to the negative st, r of s to give our overall function y of s, r of s equals e to the negative st. This is the form we will use when modeling time delay in the Laplace domain or in the S domain. Using that model, say we put in TD, we have our plant G of S. Some people ask, well, does it matter if the time delay comes before or after, especially if we include a feedback loop? So let's take a look what that would mean if we did the second one. We had G of S come first, and then our delay. With our time delay equaling e to the negative st, and that the block functions are multiplication, we can see that e to the negative st times g of s will in fact be the same as g of s times e to the negative st. What does that mean? It doesn't mean, what it means is that it doesn't matter where the time delay falls within our model, we will still be left with e to the negative st equals g of s. Or through g of s is g of s e to the negative t. Either way, this will be it. Showing as no difference. So let's talk about now how our time delays will affect our magnitude response and our phase response in our Bode diagrams. TD with Bode. So for the magnitude, there is a short proof that we won't go through for the sake of time today. But the end is G of JW e to the negative t JW equals G JW, absolute value, which means as far as the magnitude is concerned, no effect from DD. So any time delay will not affect our magnitude response in the Bode plot. And secondly, we will cover phase. We see from the end of another proof, we will not go through. And our phase angle, JW e negative t JW will equal G of JW minus TW, and this T omega TW showing the change in our phase. So our phase is shifted by TW radians. What does that mean in the real world? It means that small changes in time delay, or even small delays, usually on the magnitude of fractions of a second, will affect our system a little bit, and large delays, multiple seconds or more, will shift our phase margins and be completely unstable. So what this means is, moving forward, as we evaluate our system functions and time delays, we need to be very sensitive to how time delays affect our systems and push them out of stability, especially as it comes to phase, because phase is affected and magnitude is not. So that is our major takeaway. Time delay, magnitude has nothing, phase, shift by T omega. And that is our introduction to time delay. Thank you for coming today. If there are any questions, please stick around and I will be happy to answer them. Thank you very much. My name is Nick Holewinski, and enjoy your summer.